Barack Obama pummeled Mitt Romney as all over the map on foreign policy, dismissing his wrong and reckless leadership in a heated final debate. With just 2 weeks until polling day, Obama has unexpectedly found himself running neck and neck with his once unfancied challenger, and Monday's face-off on world affairs was perhaps the last chance to land a decisive blow. Romney played it safe, avoiding any catastrophic error that would have undermined his claims to be commander-in-chief, but was often on the defensive, apart from when lambasting Obama over the struggling economy. Obama had the best lines of the night and sharply cross-examined Romney on his approach to Syria, Iran and trade rows with China, accusing him of airbrushing history by dumping earlier hawkish conservative positions. The Republican, who spent months attempting to paint Obama as weak and as a appeaser, actually backed much of the substance of the president's global strategy. Now, on the line with us to talk about Obama and the Romney clash and the latest in Syria, we have political analyst Mouafac Harb. Mouafac, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Mouafac, let's start. Let's just touch on the presidential debate. A CBS News poll has said that Obama won the debate to 53% to 23%, and a CNN poll said 48 to 40. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both close. But is there actually a great difference between the two?
Actually, the third debate, which was reserved for foreign policy, the incumbent president usually fares better, because he is the commander-in-chief and he knows all the issues and he looks more presidential because of the 4 years of his term in the office. So it was expected that on the third debate, which was reserved for foreign policy issues, that Obama will fare better. But it was not expected that Romney, who did very well in the last two debates, to be so weak on the issues of foreign policy. And in addition to that, he failed to distinguish his a campaign from the president. And usually part of the strategy, what the candidates usually try to do is to distinguish himself from the issues and the opinions and the strategy of the other candidates, so people can see two different candidates. Yesterday, when it came to foreign policy, Romney failed to appear that he has other ideas, and if he were to be elected as president, that he will have different solutions for the issues facing now U.S. foreign policy.
Well, let's just talking about Romney. I mean, he demanded from Obama that he hasn't done enough on Syria. He wants to tighten sanctions on Syria and Iran. I mean, what are your thoughts about Obama's actual approach in the Middle East?
Actually, to go back to answer your question, the first part of your question about Syria, Romney talked a big talk about doing something about Syria. But when he got into details, and I was watching the debate and I typed what he said, he talked about, what he's offering is try to know who are the various factions in Syria and then organize them, put them into a council and take the lead. I mean, what he offered was really kind of disappointing and was not in proportion of the big rhetoric that he's been talking about Syria. In other words, when it comes to foreign policy, Iran and other issues, I have not seen any big difference between the current policy right now that's been implemented by the Obama administration and what Romney is offering.
But doesn't Romney stand very close with Israel, and Israel is maybe planning a military strike on Iran? Couldn't that be a big difference?
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is something that's been in the news and people talking about it. When would Iran do it? And Israel do it, and whether Israel would go alone with that, and whether the U.S. is putting really pressure on the Israelis to keep them from attacking Iran alone. Because even if the Israelis were to go alone, it's the next day. The U.S. will be definitely lured into a conflict. That's why the U.S. is trying to tell the Israelis, just wait. Maybe the diplomatic pressure is paying off right now. The Iranian economy on its knees, and this is a term that President Obama used yesterday in the debate. He said, he was trying to make the case that his policy is working when it comes to Iran. He said the Iranian economy, because of the new American sanctions and European sanctions, is on its knees right now. So hopefully, and even Romney, I did not see him departing from the current administration line when it comes to Iran.
Mr. Harb, thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you anytime.